Hola y bienvenido. Yo soy Benjamin Jaworskyj, un fotógrafo de paisajes muy bien. And today we talk about an interesting topic. Does a better, a professional, an expensive camera make you a better photographer? If you're wondering why is that guy speaking Spanish, I give a shout out to each country, to each language in each video on my YouTube channel because the viewers are from all over the world. So today, shout out to all Spanish speaking people, no matter if you are from Spain, if you are from Southern America, somewhere else, write it in the comments below where you are from and what country I should give a shout out in their language in the next video. It will be interesting if I should do it in Japanese or something. But yeah, let's talk about the topic. So does a better, a more expensive camera make you a better photographer? I have some pros and some cons and of course my own opinion, and you can write your opinion as well. On the pro side, with a more expensive professional camera, you learn faster. Because when you want to photograph later with a professional camera anyway, and your goal is, I want to be a professional photographer, why should you start with a cheap camera? Why should you buy it? Because why should you invest in one camera and then sell it later or even keep it later and then buy a new camera? Why not buy only one camera, a professional one? It's the same with a racetrack. Why would you go on a racetrack with a Fiat Panda? Why shouldn't you learn with a faster car instead when you want to drive fast anyway? Okay, maybe it's safer. But let's go to the cons. Just because you go to a store and buy yourself an expensive brush or expensive paint or an expensive canvas, it doesn't mean that when you stand in front of it, you know how to paint an image. Because you're not a professional painter, you did not learn the skills. And it's the same with the camera. Just because you have an expensive camera, expensive lens, expensive tripod, when you're there out in the field and you don't know how to photograph, it won't make you a better photographer to just have expensive gear. But when you have expensive gear, you have a good sensor maybe and some good lens, open aperture lens, just a very nice bokeh and everything like we have here in the background, it will make the image look better. We are filming here with 50mm 1.4, we have some nice lights in the background. We actually borrowed from the neighbors below. Give thumbs up for the neighbors for borrowing us the lights. It gives you another look. So the image will look better, it will have a better quality when you have more expensive gear compared to a phone. But there are many examples where good images were taken with just a phone because the gear itself is not that important, it's more important what you are photographing. So when you have a nice subject, a nice photo motive, like let's say a nice tree somewhere in a field all alone, or when you have a beautiful person you're photographing or a very interesting person, it's more important than the technique you're bringing with you. So the subject itself is more important than the technique. But on the other hand, better, more professional and more professional looking equipment makes you a better or more competent photographer, and that might be important as well. Even though a lot of people don't want to realize it and want to accept it, it's actually like this. You can easily make the test yourself. Go out with a big lens, go out with your camera attached to the lens and just walk around like this and just do the shooting like this and everybody will say, whoa, that is a pro. And I will say, hola, yo soy Benjamin Jaworskyj, un fotógrafo muy profesional. You will say, oh man, that guy looks professional. But when I go out and will say the same, like, I'm a professional photographer, can I take an image of your wedding? You will say, no, he does not look that professional with his phone in his hand. But on the other hand, of course, we know, and I proved it in one video, and there are several other provings out there in the world, that even with cheap equipment, when you learned your skills, you can make amazing photos, or you can take amazing photos. There's a video on this YouTube channel, you can check it out, where I photographed with my first digital camera, 11 years old, Casio Exilim, 7.2 megapixel something, €100 camera 11 years ago. And I tried to photograph with that camera today and it worked. And I could make some nice long exposures because when you know how to do everything, even a painter, when you have a painter and he knows his skill, you give him some coffee powder and you give him some water, you can spit on it and he can paint with his finger. He does not need a brush on the floor or wherever, on glass, and make a beautiful image. Because when he knows the skill, he knows the skill. It does not matter what gear he is then using. So what is my opinion on that? I would say professional equipment does not make you a better photographer. It makes you more professional looking, but I don't think you learn faster with professional equipment. If money does not matter for you, if you say, I can invest 2,000, 4,000 euro for good camera and lens, it's not a problem to buy your first camera, some expensive camera, some professional camera. There's nothing wrong with it. But I don't think that you will learn faster, that you get better images than you would with a cheaper camera. The only thing which might be different is the lens. But there are good quality, cheaper lenses out as well. But yeah, I would say, and that's what I could recommend every photography beginner that is watching this video right now, start with a camera that is in your budget and try to learn everything with that one camera. The best thing would be that you can change lenses and that you can set everything manually. But you could even learn everything with a smartphone. There are a lot of talented smartphone photographers out there, and I think the whole world, industry and so on will change in the next 5 to 10 years. But in the end, you will still look more professional when you have that lens than having just a smartphone with you, even though the images might be better with your smartphone. So that is my opinion. What is your opinion? Write it in the comments below. I look forward to that. And amongst all people that write a comment, I will give away one of my courses at learnfromben.com. Quick commercial, if you want to learn more about photography or image editing, you go on learnfromben.com. This is my website, and there we got download courses. And today's course you can win is my landscape photography essentials video course. All the things you need to know as a landscape photography beginner, like long exposures, polarizers, ND filter, graduated filter, everything you need to know about landscape photography as a beginner, you learn in this course. We filmed it in the beautiful surroundings of Norway. Learnfromben.com. You can win this course by just writing the comment just like I mentioned. In the next 7 days, I will pick one winner, so good luck and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, hit thumbs up for the nice light in the background and my neighbor, and of course for the video as well. And I see you in the next video. Bye bye and hasta luego! See you mañana.